try.
I think they bring in the faculty and then we take.
Once the pipes stop, restart.
I think they'll come all the way down.
Welcome. Welcome, friends, families, faculty and staff, members of the Board of Trustees, alumni, and parents and grandparents to these 136th commencement exercises of Northfield Mount Hermon. Congratulations to you, the class of 2019, for earning the diplomas I am honored to hand you today. After one of the rainiest and wettest springs in years on this hillside, you and your family and friends have earned a glorious day. Well done to all members of the class of 2019 as we all celebrate you and your significant accomplishments, stretching and strengthening your heads, hearts, and hands during your time here at Northfield Mount Hermon. The spirit and moxie of our facilities crew and staff has been indefatigable as their energy in preparing all of this for us. There are nearly 350 NMH employees, 2/3 of whom are not faculty, who work every day to make sure we have what we need for teaching, learning, eating, sleeping, and playing. And they deserve our recognition for not only preparing us for the pomp and circumstance today, yet for providing us what we need to learn and live every day at NMH. Let's give them our thanks. And while you are still their students for another hour or so, let us all join you in acknowledging all of your exceptional, dedicated teachers who have brought you to this moment and sit before you today. Let's give them our thanks. And we, your teachers, need also to take a moment to acknowledge and thank the people who gave you to us for this brief period in your life and who have given so much in providing this opportunity for you. So, graduates, please join us in thanking your parents and families. The privilege of graduating from this school is indeed something you have earned. Yet it is also something that has been provided for you by your parents and by people you don't even know. People who have given their time, treasure, and talent so that you can benefit from this opportunity. This includes the trustees behind me on stage and past trustees in the audience today. It includes tens of thousands of alums over 140 years whose footsteps you follow as you walk across this stage. Please join me in thanking them for their steadfast dedication to our remarkable school. Now, before we begin in earnest, please take a moment to silence your cell phones. And families should note that professional photographers are positioned to capture today's important moments. Thank you in advance for not obscuring fellow guests' views while you take photos during the ceremony. Now, we begin commencement with a long-time NMH tradition where an officer of the Commonwealth opens and closes the exercises. Now, until recently, this practice has been on pause. Yet it has been revived this morning for the class of 2019, and it gives me great pleasure to call upon our ceremonial sheriff, Mr. Peter Clark, parent of an NMH alum and Northfield Mount Hermon safety officer. Sheriff Clark, will you please call our commencement to order?
In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, this assembly will now come to order. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Dr. Lee Ellen Strawn, our school chaplain, will offer the invocation.
Northfield, Mount Hermon class of 2019. Family, friends, teachers, coaches, and mentors, what a joyous occasion we have gathered for here this morning. We come with our gratitude for all those who have given of themselves in significant ways that we might arrive at this very moment. We come with our celebratory wishes that this day may become a deep well of encouragement for our graduates as they go forward. And indeed, we come with both our joys and our sorrows for this ending that will bring forth a new beginning. So, we must call upon all that is good, all that is embracing, all that holds beauty, that these young people will know the hope we pray for them this day. We must call upon all that is wise, just, and merciful, that these young people will know the dream we hold for them for their days to come. And we must call upon all that breathes compassion and brings forth love, that these young people will know the joy that can live on even beyond the finite number of their days. We join our hearts together in these moments when meaning is made and memories are created. We join our hands to know the community that has sustained each one of us and has reminded us we have all been imbued with humanity and purpose. We come together in this place, for we have a passion for all that is possible in these young people. May we be blessed by this day and in turn be a blessing to others. Amen.
Thank you, Lee Ellen. I now invite to the stage a member of the class of 2019, selected by his classmates to address us this morning, J.D. Pruitt. It is unusual for a one-year student to make an impact on any school community. Here at Northfield Mount Hermon, Jefferson Daniel Pruitt, known to all as JD, defied the odds. He is something of a Renaissance man. He is a talented and persistent student, athlete, and singer. He is open-minded and rock-solid reliable. He is humble. He is kind and generous. And he is shockingly eloquent and a thoughtful writer, which is a big part of why he is on this stage today. Now, lest you think that JD is perfect, he is not. He does have his shortcomings. One of them is that he did not enroll at NMH at a younger age. However, we will take what we can get, JD. Graduates, families, and members of the NMH community, please join me in welcoming the class of 2019 Senior Order, JD Pruitt.
I get head rushes in the mornings. When I get out of bed, I see either nothing or three of everything. It's disorienting, a little scary, and really fun, because when it passes, I'm suddenly aware of all the little details of everyday life. Like, I'll look down at my feet and say, whoa, those are my feet. This is exactly what it was like to come to NMH. After the initial head rush of a new school, I began to notice what makes this place unique. And in the face of an important decision in my life, I came to realize that what made Northfield Mount Hermon NMH was reciprocity. Classmates, my dad is older than most of your grandparents. His mortality crosses my mind every day. To me, he's sort of like this book, and my whole life I've been free to flip between his pages, learn from all that's written inside, and sometimes I even get to add a few sentences of my own. But lately, I'm more aware that there's a timer on that first page, and each day that I don't spend with him, a page filled with lessons on how to fish and navigate relationships with grace falls out of the book. A page I'll never get to read. So when it came time to make a decision about college, from the outside, it looked to people like a decision between East Coast and West Coast weather, which would have made it easy. But to me, it was really a decision between lunch with my dad every Tuesday on the East Coast and 3,000 miles, bridged by an occasional FaceTime or text. I didn't want to think that I'd give up a chance to continue to grow up with my dad just to see a different part of the country. But yeah, I chose the West Coast, and I chose it because of something that became very apparent to me during my time at NMH, which is that our lives are not linear. They spiral and jump continents, just like you all do, both physically and intellectually. I love my dad, and I know he loves me, but he hopes that I give, not to him, but to others. Reciprocity to some may be a simple exchange, like I pay NMH my family's life savings, and in return I get a piece of paper. Yet, my understanding of reciprocity has always been that it's more than a one-to-one transaction. And I saw this type of reciprocity come to life at NMH. Because when your dorm parent stays up late to remind you that the world is more than grades, or to listen while you speak your mind, they are giving. And then when you show up to support your friend at their game, and that same dorm parent is also the coach, you have not only given something to your friend for them to pass on, but you've also given back to your dorm head. No one thinks about our lives this way, and quite frankly, no one should. But it's this ingrained spiral, this reciprocity, that is the essence of NMH. So while someone keeps you on your feet, you're helping someone else stay on theirs. As we build new communities as well as our futures, I hope we remember that there are two types of moments in our lives. The first type is everyday moments, driven by achievement or recognition, times when we live looking down at our work and ahead at our goals. The second type, though, is made of spring evenings, when the world becomes a little more malleable, a little more mysterious, when you forget about the next quiz and instead wonder with friends about people continents away, a neighboring galaxy perhaps, or if everybody else spells out Wednesday in their head. NMH bridged these two types of moments for me. Sure, Mace gave me plenty to worry about with weekly math assessments. Thank you, Mace. Still failed her final. My soccer coach, Charlie Malcolm, always had a scouting report ready to go for the next match. My other coach and second father, Jim Burstein, and my advisor, Peter Weiss, were there to read my essays, even tell me a story, or two, or three. Each moment, though, a stepping stone to get somewhere else. But then there was that second type of moment. A soccer team sitting around a fire at preseason, talking about our homes, our families, telling the new kids about the vast array of academic and extracurricular activities available in Blake, Beveridge Hall, and the RAC. Nights when a few of us in a cappella stayed behind to mash our own music, some piano, a little beatboxing, mediocre freestyle, just sitting there, the six of us, making music. At a school where individual futures can consume us, these latter moments are the ones that ground us. Moments of community, moments that aren't predestined to lead us somewhere else, at least nowhere beyond an inside joke, a question, or a new song. So as we leave NMH, I urge us not just to look down or even ahead, but around, to look around for these second moments. Just think back to your own cherished memories from NMH. I doubt they came in the classroom or college counseling, but perhaps soaking your friend on their way to class, watching a sunset on the dock, or sneaking off campus with your day student friends. I'll leave you with one final thought. Our motto, as I'm sure you're all well aware by now, is to act with humanity and purpose. And I would add, especially when no one is watching. Even during those second moments when it might seem that it doesn't matter what we do, humanity is to be expected of us because in our convoluted reciprocal world, we don't always know who we're giving to. It does not matter what you do, where you go, or who you know. Humanity comes with eye contact and a smile, or with comforting your friend who's upset over something that to you seems trivial. And purpose, well, purpose is what you make of it. And that's the point, that your humanity and your purpose need not be validated by anyone other than yourself. This school understands this, and so does my dad. NMH, I came not knowing what to expect and leave hopeful that reciprocity can survive in our world, even today. It'll be weird tomorrow when we each wake up with different futures on our minds, but we're ready for it. Just expect some head rush, and don't forget to look at your feet. Thank you.
Thank you, JD. Amelia Simmons' Spade oration at the start of the year this fall was both meaningful and memorable. The message was this: do something that frightens you. I was pretty sure that Amelia was speaking directly to me. I don't know if there's anyone out there in the class of 2019 who joined me at that moment. I'm pretty sure there were. Yet Amelia backed up her challenge with her own scholarship and her courageous hard work, and all in engagement across our campus. Right now, Amelia and Marcus Kinney, Amelia representing the class of 2019, and Marcus representing the class of 2020, will now conduct the longtime NMH ritual of the Spade.
May 26th, 2019, a day of anticipation for the past 12 years of our academic careers. Congratulations, class of 2019. We made it. Whoa. Whether you're a four-year senior and have woken up every morning for the past few years to the sweet aroma of cow manure, or a one-year PG and aren't quite used to the poopy air lofting through your window, NMH has been your home. I understand that each of us has had a unique NMH experience. Some of us have spent every waking moment in the rack, auditioning for plays, playing in the band, and creating art pieces in the art studio. Amelia Chiffont, I'm looking at you. Some of us, Melvin Mercado, joined every single activity, club, sport, and committee NMH had to offer, and still managed to spend hours in the dining hall every night. Some of us slept until 3 p.m. during the weekends, and sometimes the weekdays. Logan helped, my main man. My spiel about the class of 2019 could go on until the 2020 commencement, but I'll spare us the prolonged version. Although our lives as NMH hoggers have taken many forms, one similarity remains constant across the board. NMH has transformed us. We matriculated as rough drafts into this community, and we're about to leave as more polished and more defined versions of ourselves. Our hobbies and talents might have remained the same, but our independence, maturity, and intrinsic motivation have grown beyond measure. This past week, I asked the class of 2019 for specific examples of personal growth over the past few years. Here are a few of my favorites. Phoebe Rossman came to NMH despising sports and is now a D1 rowing commit for Columbia University. Eli DeBari grew almost as much in height as his hair did in length. Kate Eggers gained a stronger sense of self-confidence. My roommate, Charlotte Riemann, shaved a few minutes off of her 5K time. And Isatu got bangs. Congratulations, Isatu. Not all of these self-alterations are equally monumental, but each reflect our desire to grow, explore, and further articulate the people that we want to be. Whether the task is trivial or profound, NMH has been the place where many of us have felt comfortable to take risks, branch out, and chop bangs. This fall, I challenged the senior class to spend their last 2 semesters taking advantage of the uplifting NMH environment by stepping out of their comfort zones and trying something new. Today, I encourage you to reflect on what you've accomplished here and bring your NMH moxie into the world. Because in a few short hours, we will leave the NMH bubble. Most of us will get into cars, buses, or planes and travel far away from Gill. One day, your time here will be nothing more than a distant memory. Some of you might even refer to NMH with a sentence that starts something like, "Back in my day." But today, as you part from this place and go into the big, beautiful, and sometimes scary world, I implore you to remember who you were during your time here at Northfield Mount Hermon. I hope you continue to speak your mind, live your truth, and challenge your current way of thinking. NMH has shaped each of the 174 beautiful minds that sit before me, and I've been truly privileged to have gotten the chance to know each of you. May 26th, 2019, a day of anticipation for the past 12 years of our academic careers. Congratulations, class of 2019. We made it. And as for the class of 2020, another 365 days of high school filled with laughter, comradeship, and college board awaits you. I challenge all of you to make the most of your remaining time here at NMH, both inside and outside of the classroom. So Marcus Kenny, on the behalf of class of 2020, do you accept this spade?
This is Spade. On behalf of the class of 2020, I accept the spade.
Thank you. I now invite Anne Zhu and Ethan Ho to the stage to lead us in the singing of the class of 2019 hymn, Simple Gifts. The words are in your program, and please rise. I am pleased to introduce our commencement speaker and to welcome back to campus Tiffany Brown, Northfield Mount Hermon class of 1996. And I also must say that NMH has never had a commencement speaker so excited and so committed to the task of addressing and honoring the graduating class and their families. The life of Tiffany Rashada Brown ranges far and wide. She is an attorney, a global business strategist, a chef, and a social activist. She believes lawyers can be artists, and she designs media campaigns intended to inspire and motivate people. You can read more about her in your commencement program, yet I will just say that she moves nimbly between different worlds and connects them: corporate law and finance, mission-driven nonprofits, film, and other media. Tiffany also loves to travel and to cook. And those are apt metaphors for her diverse, multi-pronged work. She collects and assembles ideas and experiences, combines them with skill and flair, and ends up with something meaningful. 25 years ago, when Tiffany was 16, she applied for admission to Northfield Mount Hermon. As a high school sophomore from the small town of Kittrell, North Carolina, she was, like all NMH applicants, looking for something different, a broader, more expansive world. Tiffany's family had moved to Kittrell when she was about 10, after living in cities, and the young Tiffany was not thrilled with the new quiet that surrounded her. The best thing that Kittrell had going for it was its bird sanctuary. That's what she wrote in her application. And that was according to her personal essay. Yet, after living in Kittrell for 6 years, Tiffany also expressed appreciation for where she was coming from. She wrote that the small town, with not a single stoplight, quote, helped me to hear myself. Help me to hear myself, unquote. She wrote that the peace she discovered in Kittrell was like a, quote, silent partner that makes you reach into yourself for all the answers, unquote. If that is the advice that Tiffany Brown might have offered at the age of 16, I am eager to hear what she has to say to all of us today, after decades of work and accomplishment around the world. Graduates, families, NMH faculty and staff, trustees, and friends, please help me welcome Tiffany Rashada Brown, current trustee and member of the NMH class of 1996.
Class of 2019. This is your moment, and I thank you so much for allowing me to share this special day with you. The first time I was here on Cromwell Field, I was 16 years old. My neon green track shoes just arrived in the mail. It was NMH 1994, and I was preparing for my first track meet. Now, Coach Batty says to me, I want you to try to run the 400-meter dash. The 400, however, is not my race. I'm a long jumper. At 5 feet 10 inches, my competitive advantage is clearly in long jumping. But this is Coach Batty, and no one says no to Coach Batty. So I said yes. And as I take my place in the starter's block, it occurs to me I've never seen anyone run 400 meters. I've never run 400 meters. The pistol sounds, and I run as fast as I can. I'm leading the pack at the 100-meter mark. I'm excited to be so far ahead. I start to slow down and look for the finish line. But the other runners then now start to pass me, so I pick up the pace to keep up with them at the 200-meter mark. I'm tired, winded, and I'm lagging behind as we then get to 300 meters. There's no finish line in sight, and as I round the track, my pace starts to slow from a sprint to a slow run to a walk. I can feel myself dry heaving, and the only thing I want to do is leave the track. Better yet, lie down on the track. So I stop. My head hangs down. I'm embarrassed. I failed my new teammates. I'm frustrated for having tried something that I didn't train for and said yes to. Someone calls out my name and I look up. It's not just one person, but a few people. My teammates calling out, "Run, Tiffany! You can do it!" Now, it's not just the NMH athletes wearing the white and maroon jerseys, but athletes from the opposing team start to call me by my number. I'm the only one on the track. I smile, I pick up the pace, and then briskly start to run to the finish line. Now, Coach Batty comes to me afterwards and said, you know, you did good enough to continue to run the 400. To prepare for the next race, I want you to now train with a cross-country team. So I, of course, said yes. Now, I would love to tell you that this ended with me receiving an athletic scholarship, becoming an Olympian, winning a gold medal. This, however, is not that running story. My running career ended as a 2-year junior at NMH. In life, though, you will have many new opportunities. Some will start out amazing, but sometimes you will hit a wall and want to give up. This class of 2019 is life. Now, graduates, I want to be direct with you. You're big vision students. Each of us in our capacity in some way has the power to change the world. That's why you're here. Consciously or subconsciously, it's in your DNA when you come to a school like NMH. But I want to be honest with you. Big vision hurts. Big vision feels like this race. And I'm now here to hype you up, because when you hit that wall, I don't want you to stop running like me at 100 or 200 and think that the race is over. I want you to stay the course. When I left NMH, I had one goal, aside from wanting to flee the New England winters. I wanted to emulate the diverse community I saw here. I had friends at NMH from every corner of the globe. Defna from Turkey, Hisai from Tokyo, Deb from Beverly Hills, Loira from the Bronx. The black and white world from North Carolina with that bird sanctuary was nothing like this, and I knew I wanted to feel what I felt at NMH forever. So I attended USC and majored in economics and international relations with the goal of becoming a diplomat. I started my race after NMH by saying yes to an opportunity to study in Brazil. I listened to Brazilian music and checked out books from the library to prepare me for this amazing travel experience. My day as a global traveler had finally arrived at 20. I already had a passport, I just didn't have any stamps in it. However, when I arrived in Sao Paulo, I did not receive the global NMH welcome that I had expected. As one of 4 Black students studying in our program, there were not enough local hosts that were comfortable housing each of us. So I had to commute 1.5 hours each way from school by bus. This was not ideal given that most students and my friends live much closer to campus. I was placed with a very loving family, but I lived in a building where the concierge interrogated me every day before letting me in the building, even while in the pouring rain. I knew they were not accustomed to seeing someone like me, and in turn, they felt threatened. Luckily, I found a new host family, and I soon moved into a wonderful home with an Italian family in one of the nicest neighborhoods of São Paulo, much closer to my university. And boy, did I think that life had really turned around. But on the day of the move, I was mugged by 3 street children at knife point. This was only the first 6 weeks, and I hit a wall. I wanted to give up, but I turned the disappointment into fuel. I decided to learn and write about the socioeconomic causes of some of my experiences in Brazil, and I kept running. My local Rotary Club in that farm sanctuary of North Carolina read my work, and they awarded me a fellowship to study advanced economics in London. My community of North Carolina rallied and became a part of my larger team. By 25, I finally reached my goal of working for the State Department, not as a diplomat, but as a graduate research assistant for the US ambassador in Lisbon. Working with him, I saw the influence that business leaders could have on the global community. So I decided to become a corporate attorney. I went to law school, and it felt amazing, and I found a law firm that I loved, and it felt great to finally make some money to pay off those law student loans. My first project was financing for an Australian media company, and I felt that I had finally arrived as an international corporate lawyer. And then the economy crashed. In 2008, my law school classmates and I were forced with the possibility of having our jobs rescinded. And although I wanted to quit and do something more stable, I still kept my job, and I kept running. Fast forward 9 years, and I have finally made it to the executive suite. The job was everything I had dreamed. I worked and traveled all over the world with my CEO. I accumulated more miles in 1 year than I had in a decade, and it felt that I was really making a difference. And then I read gender and pay gap studies about my company and the industry as a whole, and realized that equal work did not necessarily lead to equal pay. Dejected, I started to wonder whether all of my efforts and personal sacrifices had been worth the cost. I wanted to quit, and then I shared my concerns with my CEO, rather loudly. And to his credit, he asked me to stand with him and champion diversity and inclusion for our 8,500 employees and hold our company accountable. Now, globally, we're not there yet, but I think you get the message. We have to keep moving. And I'm looking at all of you all today, and I realize that I'm no longer running for myself. I'm running for you, class of 2019. Cheering me on in my race are my colleagues and all of the communities like NMH that I have been a part of in my life. As you envision the next chapter of your life, I urge you to acknowledge the team that has helped you get to this point and will continue to cheer you on. Here at NMH, the Board of Trustees, your head of school, your professors, the staff, some who were even here when I was a student. They've worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make your educational experience a reality. At home, your parents, grandparents, and guardians ensured you had a first-rate experience at NMH to prepare you for a global community. Not to mention, we have aunts, uncles, siblings, cousins, friends, sponsors, These are all the people who accepted your calls when you were stuck on campus with nowhere to go. They sent you care packages or picked you up and signed you out for the day. This is your team. The team that will shout from the stands of life and cheer you during your race. Now, some of you already know what course you want to start on. That's great. Some of you are still figuring it out, and that's okay. If you're really out of ideas, I want you to take your parents' suggestions so you can get started on something. The bright side is, the faster you do something you don't want to do, the quicker you figure out what you do want to do. Rest assured, opportunities will come your way. They may be amazing, but in the event you hit a wall and want to quit, in those moments, I want you to remember this time. Surrounded by your classmates, the greater NMH family, and your family. You're part of a wider team. My wish for you is not that you find your passion, even though I hope that you do. My prayer is that you find your reason not to quit. When you do, I guarantee you the race will be worth it. Now, graduates, it's your time now. Ready for your starting blocks? On your mark, get set, go.
Thank you, Tiffany. There is a song that was once sung here at Northfield called "Oh, Northfield Beautiful." And the last stanza of the song, Tiffany, clearly reminds me and has reminded me of you for quite a few years. And it also reminds me of the example that you have set for the class of 2019 and all of us, especially today. And the stanza in this song goes, "Though short the moments with thee, though years stretch on before, the friends, the truth we gain here shall be ours more and more. We wait with hearts courageous on thresholds of life's door, remembering thou hast taught us that the purpose of our strife is not to make a living, but nobly make a life." Thank you, Tiffany. Now we have a little treat before we get to the exciting part of diplomas, and I ask several students up here to help me with this surprise. So it's going to take them just a moment or two to set up. I'd let you know that earlier in the year, at one of our on-campus recitals, some of us were lucky enough to witness the string performance composed by a group who's called Brooklyn Duo, and the piece is called Bohemian Rhapsody. The students had selected this piece themselves in homage to Freddie Mercury, and they practiced it by themselves and performed the piece exuberantly. And when asked, they agreed to another performance for us today. Thank you to seniors Garcia Liu, Rintaro Fukasawa, Michael Hu, Mona Zhang, and two sophomores, Emmeline Relia Strawn and Inez Nersch. Thank you so very much. Now, will the candidates for the diploma please rise and present themselves at this time? By the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and in recognition of your successful completion of the requirements set by the faculty, I award you this diploma and admit you to the distinguished company of the alumni and alumni of Northfield Mount Hermon. Congratulations. You may be seated. And now, will the first row of candidates please stand and come forward as their names are read by their class advisors, Naomi Levine and T.J. Farmer. Here we go.
Nolan J. Abeda. Sahara Rose Abizaid. Haven Zio On. Alahan Akhmetov. Nichelle Alvarez. Mikael Xavier Amaris. Cole House Ammons. Lars Eric Andrews. Cora Natalia Barrett. Paulina Barzova. Brian Thomas Bennett. Alexei Mikhail Bogdanov. Grace Wendy Briggs. Caitlin Grace Broda. Eugene Bry III. Lois Karna Slater Bull. Noah Henry Burstein. James Jeffrey Burton. Eli Vos Carroll. Isabella Sunshine Cesaretti. Patricia Jordan Cesaretti. Amelia Niels Chalfont. Ashley Chen. Daniel Zhu Xuan Chen. Blair Robbins Clayton. Mairead Bell Collin. Audrey Rella Corrigan. Jilly Elizabeth Crane Mosey.
Anna Marie Crianti. Arle Mariam Cruzeta Garcia. Gregmari de los Santos Mejia. Keith William DeSantis. John Elias Dabari. Luke James Dillon. Gregory Peter Dolan. Daisy Jewel Prather Downs. Michael Allen Dunderdale. Alana Dupre. Catherine Frances Painter Eggers. Grace Morton Lauer Eggleston. Carrie Daisy Ellis. Ngone Fall. Stephanie Ling. Hannah Mary Fleming. Mia Natalia Flowers. Nicholas Person Franca. Soji Franklin. Rintaro Fukasawa. Clayton Fuller Garland. Louis Paul Gazo. Marlena Alexis George. Sophia Carolyn Glazer. Helen Lucille Gordon. Eli Trout Gould. Shahida Hafed.
Pollyanna Hartung Topa. Colin James Hedge. Grace Catherine Heaps. Noah Justin Shapiro Heisler. Samantha Lyman Heist. Theo Hawken McGowan Hembry. Ethan Jungmo Huh. Ryan Chenlong Heskin. Shion Ethan Ho. Logan Kelly Haupt. Thaddeus LaCroix Howe. Megan Elise Herenda. Michael Xiao Hu. Kyle Timothy Huang. Jacob Owa Hughes. Riley Cullen Humphrey. Sophia Louise James. Michael Timothy Jankovic. Miles Kaming Tanasi. Ajar Kapasova. Rebecca Moore Cater. Michael Thomas Kennedy. Sydney Marie Key. Mikhail Gremov. Antonin Charles Knersch. Lambert Arnold Kober. Marissa Coe. Alejandro Ladinez.
Alexandra Landino. Annabelle Joy Leonard. Christopher Ledlam. Tae Lee. Leah Prajna Rose Leslie. Megan Liao. Chaehoon Lim. John Mackenzie Loran. Maxwell Ryan Lorca Lloyd. Garcia Hongwei Lu. Yanshin Tina Ma. Issa Daniel McGuire. Emily Elizabeth Majeski. Natalie Eamon Mack. Eliza Nichols Mann. Melvin Mercado Bolacia, Jr. Silka Milliman. Tucker Roy Mills. Siobhan Michelle Moore. Clara Ann Morlock. Promwade Munashai. Seiya Nakajima. Kazu Alex Nakamura. Oika Maya Nyman. Lucia Vineta Nuovo. Princess Lydia Obi. Oganamine Ashley Okoloko.
Natalia Onyate Gomez. Selena Jelani Kieran Paquette. Avery Kelly Palmer. Marie McCord Parse. Mary McCord Parse. Michael Thorne Patterson. Min Chow Pham. Fan Du Quin Tran. Richard Edward Poirier. Victoria Poplowski. Benjamin Toby Prickett. Jefferson Daniel Pruitt. Jack Paul Quinn. Mursalan Rahman. Charlotte Elizabeth Riemann. Lillian Alice Richards. Patrick Thomas Rochford. Chapman Kenzie Roper. Phoebe Templeton Rossman. Brendan Simon Singh. Miles Friedman Savitz. Hugh Callum Schatz Allison. Alessandra Skianki. Jada Ambird Scotland. Catherine Siegel. Jacob Kobe Shalom. William Markham Shaw. Sebastian Speranza Shin. Joseph David Simmering. Michael Lewis Simmering. Amelia Justine Simmons.
James Christopher Coleman Simpson. Slavikovsky Yaroslav Valentinovich. Ian Lev Small. Avery August Smith. Julia Taylor So. Minka Suma. Clara Adele Spindle. Jonathan Spector Stix. Amelia Estelle Strickland. Richard Lyman Sturdivant. Gloria Sun. Risa Takauchi. Jaijun Eric Tang. Coy Sterling Tarble. Isatu Cham. Fiona Winifred Tierney. Devin Edward Tung. Taisu Tosawa. Paisichai Mark Trakarnba Tanavong. Leah Tran. Alice Caffrey Villano. Connor Thomas Wall. Allison Lynn Watrous. Henry Wu. Ann Shu. Leo Yang. Yermekaliv Aset. Jai Zhaojun Jonas. Mona Zhang. Jujin Julia Zhao.
Get it.
So congratulations and welcome to the Northfield Mount Hermon Alumni Association. This is the time. Go ahead. And I'm sure you'll find the exact caps to turn into Holbrook. So, and now I ask the 2019 graduates, Loie Bull and Eli Carroll, to come to the stage to lead us in the singing of Jerusalem. The words are in your program. Please rise. I invite Dr. Strawn to offer the benediction.
Class of 2019, may you know that we bless you. May you know the degree to which you are valued and appreciated. May you know the confidence this community has in you, and may you know the home that will always be yours at Northfield Mount Hermon. Our thoughts and prayers will be with you as you leave your alma mater and move forward in life. Share with us your joys, your anxieties, your accomplishments, and your failures too. Remember, it is not the successes or the mistakes that draw the outline of your identity. It is your response that builds character. In the end, you are a human being, not a human doing. Savor that truth and allow others that freedom. Take our benediction, our words of blessings with you today. I leave you now with the words from Psalm 121 from the Hebrew Bible, because at Northfield Mount Hermon we wake every morning and sleep every evening embraced by these amazing hills. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. And the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. May it be so for you now and always. Amen.
Thank you, Lee Ellen. As we all remain seated, Director of Choral Music, Sheila Heffernan, will lead us all in the singing of the Northfield Benediction. I should let you know that Sheila is an expectant grandmother. She is waiting the call. But that doesn't mean you have to sing quickly.
The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee, and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up her countenance, their countenance upon thee, and give thee peace, and give thee peace.
On behalf of Northfield Mount Hermon, I thank all of you for sharing this sunny and marvelous occasion with us. Lunch for graduates, guests, faculty, and staff is available at specific locations following this ceremony. Please see the back of your program for instructions on where to go. Please remain seated during the recessional of the stage party, then the faculty, and then the graduates of the Northfield Mount Hermon class of 2019. Safe travels home, everyone, yet visit us here at NMH, your NMH home. Please remain seated during the recessional. And it's that time to ask Mr. Sheriff Peter Clark, please send the graduates of the class of 2019 out into the world to live and act with humanity and purpose. Mr. Sheriff.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This assembly will now draw to a close. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts And God save Northfield, Mount Hermon.
Thank you.